Hi, and welcome to the Currents. Let's have a shot of politics together, and no milk, no sugarcoating, just straight up. Let's see. Some people believe that the Russian position is very good. One of them, who happens to be the President of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump, believes that Mr. Zelensky doesn't have any cards. And all the cards are in the hands of Putin.
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not
cards.
playing cards.
Right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards.
Getting a final settlement, it may be easier dealing with Russia, which is surprising because they have all the cards. I mean, they have all the cards. They have all the cards. They have all the cards.
Where? Is that in some room in the lonely Gremlin castle where Putin sits at a poker table with cards in his hands in front of a mirror? Are we talking about those cards? That's okay if that's the case. Well, otherwise, let's get serious. Please.
They have all the cards. They have all the cards. They have all the cards.
However, let's see what Putin has to say about the US plan for ceasefire.
We agree with the proposal that the fighting must end, a long-term peace that removes the root causes of the crisis. The root causes.
They have all the cards. They have all the cards. They have all the cards.
The root causes.
Of course he will say that. He has all the cards. And of course he will mention the root causes of the conflict. But we also know what the root causes of the conflict are. 11 years ago, Putin has launched an attack on a sovereign country and occupied parts of it. 3 years ago, he launched a full-scale attack on that country, and it was a special military operation.
They have all the cards. They have all the cards. They have all the cards.
That's the card in the hands of Putin? The special military operation? The one that was supposed to take Kiev in 72 hours and all of Ukraine in 3 weeks? But it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, 72 hours or 3 days and 3 weeks to conquer the whole of Ukraine. Is that a card in his hands? Well, I wouldn't say that.
They have all the cards. They have all the cards. They have all the cards.
It's true that Putin has tried everything. He did his best to hold this special military operation card in his hand for 3 years now. He did his best to kill, to rape, to loot, to torture civilians. 20,000 children were abducted, kidnapped from Ukraine and are now in some re-education camps or elsewhere. He bombarded schools, kindergartens, maternity hospitals. He did his best to bring this nation on its knee. But Ukraine stands and Ukraine fights back. So, one card out.
They have all the cards. They have all the cards. They have all the cards.
What else does Putin have in his hands? Is it the image of the global military superpower? Well, it was the case until 3 years ago. Why? Because a small ragtag army composed of barely armed civilians and very poorly armed soldiers of the Ukrainian army stopped that military global superpower. It just stopped it. And not only stopped it, it regained a lot of territory that is now Putin trying to hold and to use it as a bargaining chip in the negotiations. Well, let's think about it.
They have all the cards. They have all the cards. They have all the cards.
Maybe Putin believes that the occupied territories are a card in his hands. Let's look at those territories. Those territories are half ruined. Some of the cities that he conquered were actually flattened. There are no people there. These territories need to be subsidized. These territories need to be defended. These territories, with the people that are left there, although they're quite depopulated, need to eat something, need some protection, need some public services, need healthcare, schooling, all sorts of other services that he needs to approve and provide for the people there. Moreover, he's facing a lot of opposition there as well. There are people who are fighting against the occupation. Is that a card in his hands, the occupied territories? I wouldn't say that.
They have all the cards. They have all the cards. They have all the cards.
Moreover, Putin has lost Russian territory to Ukraine. Ukrainian army is on Russian territory in Kursk Oblast for 8 months now. Is that a card that Putin has in his hands, or is it in somebody else's hands? Even if he manages to take the Ukrainian army out of Kursk Oblast for 8 months, this is an occupied Russian territory. What does it show you? It shows that Putin and his Russian Federation are deeply vulnerable. They're not inconquerable. To the contrary, they're vulnerable. They can lose their own territory, not to speak about attacking another country and holding parts of the territories. And that's the card in Putin's hands, as Mr. Trump would say, and his buddies would echo. Well, I wouldn't say that. Would you?
They have all the cards. They have all the cards. They have all the cards.
The casualty rate? Hundreds, sometimes even thousands of soldiers on the Russian side are killed, sometimes on daily basis. He is losing soldiers from day one so tremendously that he had to ask for help from his North Korean buddies. Tens of thousands of North Korean soldiers came to help Putin's invasion, and many of them got killed in the process. Cuban volunteers, Iranian shaheeds in thousands are being provided for the Russian machinery to go on with the genocidal aerial attack on Ukrainian civilians every day and night. Well, Putin has repeated, I don't know how many times, that a foreign involvement and helping Ukraine and sending soldiers to Ukraine would be a tremendous escalation. It's a World War III and everything. But from day one, he's working with Belarusians, with North Koreans, Iranians, and who else? Isn't that a foreign involvement? However, I wonder what kind of cards does Mr. Trump see in Putin's hands. I don't see any. Well, maybe he has a card in his sleeve.
They have all the cards. They have all the cards. They have all the cards.
Well, actually it seems that he already pulled out the card from his sleeve. pulled out Trump. Well, that would be all for today. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.